Hello, welcome to Pure Light Awakening. My name is Nina and I am here to do the August energy update. So before we get into it, I would like to do a little bit of a recap on July because as I said in the July video in the beginning of the month, but also the mid-month energy video, is that it has been a very heated month. And I think we've seen that on a global scale, but also maybe on a personal level, because it has been the energies that's kind of been in the air. And so I feel like it's been, of course, the earth itself, it has been a lot of heat. It has been forest fires. It has been, water shortage. It has been all these different things that has to do with heat. But also the heat that I got was regarding anger, regarding frustration coming to the surface, frustration regarding how things are led in different countries, frustration regarding things that are happening on the planet, but also on a personal level, personal anger and frustration coming to the surface to be felt and to be released and then healed. So I feel like that has been a lot of the topic of the past month. Now, moving into August, I feel like there's going to continue that energy of heat for a little bit, maybe a week is what I feel. And then things are going to start to shift. And in the middle and the end of the August is going to be a totally different kind of energy is what I feel about that, okay? But before we get into the month of August, I hope you're all doing well. I come on, every month. And also now I'm going to try and do every half month with the energy update of what I see, feel, and what I receive and what I channel from spirit. Now, I am a channeler, I am a psychic medium and a healer and have been most of my life. I do not teach anymore. I used to teach all of that. I don't do that anymore. I might come back to it, but that is not certain at this moment. But anyway, so that's just a little bit about my background. But anyway, so I channel a lot. I sit down and I write what I get. And sometimes I do live channelings. But this month I did some channeling on my own. And I'm going to tell you what I got, okay, for August month of 2022. So first of all, I just made a little list here for myself. The first thing they asked was, or the first thing I heard was observer. Get into the observer, meaning step back, meaning log off, meaning don't engage, meaning observe before responding is what they said. So the observer is our higher self. It's our true consciousness. You know that, right? If you're on this channel, you know about the 3D, 5D, you know about the awakening, ascension, and you know about the higher self and the human. So stepping into the observer is about stepping into the part of you that is eternal, okay? And you are in that consciousness that is your true consciousness, and you observe your human throughout life. And I did a little video on that before. I think it's called Who Are You? Or Who is the I when you say I, or something like that. I have to look that up on my channel, but there's some tips on how to get into that observer, on how to step out of the consciousness of the ego mind, and step into your higher self and kind of view things from that perspective. And that's what they mean by the observer. So they're asking us to step back, to log off, as I've been saying on and on throughout this entire year, actually, so far, is that we need to log off, not watch so much news, not engage so much in what's going on, because it does something to our energy system. When you are an empath, when you are a spiritual person, whatever you focus on, that's where your energy goes. So if you focus on the news, that's where your energy goes in, and you feel then, that energy comes pouring back into you and you feel all of that. So when you are sensitive and an empath, you might want to step back a little bit and log off, okay? So that was something. And they said, don't engage. So observe before responding, meaning whenever you bump up against situations and things, take a step back before you respond. Get into the observer perspective before you respond. And in that way, it will come from your heart, it will come from your soul, and it will come from a place what's not in the ego mind, not in the critical mind, okay? So that was number 1 for this month. Step into the observer. Number 2, don't force anything, okay? allow, is what they said. So if you want something to happen, you can't force it to happen. You step back and you allow it to happen. There's a totally different energy. So don't try to chase something. Don't try to change anything. You just invite something in, and then you step back and you just allow it to come in when it's ready. And that's how you get into the flow state, is what they're inviting you to do. So they say don't force, don't chase, invite and allow. So that's number 2. Number 3, truth. Deepest truth. Truth being revealed. Truth within you. Be honest with yourself. Sense the energy in you, your resonance. Not what you think, but what you feel is what they're inviting you to get into the deepest truth within you. So once you have done that, once you have meditated and gotten into the deepest truth within you, then start questioning things. So that's the 4th thing. Question things. Why does this keep coming up in me? Why do I feel I need this? Why do I really want this? Do I want or need or desire this? Truly? So 100% pure, raw honesty. Okay? So you get into the truth and the true honesty of you, and then you start questioning things. Okay? So it is discernment, is kind of the 4th thing. Question things and discernment. Is this truly what you desire? Is this truly good for me? Does this truly resonate with me? Okay? So now that was kind of the 4 things that they said that can help us through this month. Now I'm going to get into what I saw that will come up on a global scale. It's still going to be warm, as I said, for the first week of August, maybe a little longer, but around Lionsgate, I feel, 8/8, things are going to change, okay? So we're going to have this heated energy up until then, both on the global scale, on the planet, but also on the energetic field state. So the mutual consciousness of the planet, if you will. And then there will be a cooling down period from about week 2, the start of week 2. And, we have been in this heated energy for such a long time. So once it's like the cool water now gets poured onto the heat. And what happens when we pour water onto something warm? Well, there's damp coming up and it goes, tss, that sound tss. And that's kind of what I heard, that they're going to pour a lot of water on there and it's going to start cooling down. But in that period, there might be steam coming to the surface from us pouring water on that heat. So that's kind of the aftermath of this entire heated month. So that will be residue of the heat and the anger coming up. Now, we will also, when that happens, naturally all by ourselves choose to step back more and observe. It's like when you learn not to put your hand on the stove when you're a child. You are told not to do it, and of course you do it, and then you burn yourself. And that's the feeling I feel like we've been doing in July and the beginning of August. It's like we have been touching, and then ow, ow. And that's the aftermath, is that we feel, okay, I got burnt there. Okay, I touched and I got burnt. So now I have to pull back my energy, okay? So that's what they showed me. They say it's going to be calmer towards the end of August. It's going to be the calm after the storm. A chance to recuperate. And I also felt that there might be the end of the war. Okay, don't quote me on that, but it might. The energy I felt of endings and cooling down, I also kind of saw the glance of the war. So that might have been a message that the war is ending now. Let's hope so. And I also got the number 22. Now, the number 22 is a master number, so it can mean a master number. It can mean also duality and balance. But 22 can also, of course, be a date. If it's regarding the war, I don't know. It was just a number that popped into my head. It might mean something for you. It might be something about the number 22 that you needed to hear for you. So, or maybe you see the number 222 or 22 everywhere. So that was a message for you in that case. But that's what I was shown and what I saw. So a chance to recuperate, calmer towards the end of August. So there's a chance for us now to look back on, because what's good about the month of July and all this anger and all this heat coming to the surface is that it's so important for us not to try and escape our own emotions, but allow it to come to the surface. So if there has been anger and if there has been frustration that has been coming up, beautiful, that's beautiful. Just allow it to come up. Allow yourself to feel it through, because that means that it's needed to be felt through. It's needed your attention and your love. It's in need of the light. And so you allow the light to come to it, and so it will come up, be rattled, come up to be felt, and you feel it through, and then it's going to be released. And then the anger energy and that frustration energy is going to be gone from you. And so the cooler energy and the calming energy will then be invited in. But as I said, don't force, you invite it and then you allow it to come in. So there is the chance now in August to get into a sort of balance. We have been through the ringer a little bit. We have been feeling a lot of stuff coming up. In this anger and frustration might also be anxiety coming up. There might be a depression that you've been going through. You know, there might be a lot of stuff that came with it. And so now we have a chance to incorporate and kind of integrate, you know, the new energy, the calmer energy that's coming in, and really find our balance now. I feel like this fall is going to be a lot more quiet when it comes to high emotions. But it will also be, from what I feel, a lot more potent, high frequent energy. So I feel the energy is vibrating a lot faster. I feel the energy has a higher tone, a higher pitch. I feel the energy is much more refined. But that means also that we are becoming a lot more sensitive, okay? That means also that we will be feeling the energies more. And I have been talking about this for a while, that the energies are closer to us also. The veil is thinner from our world to the other world, or other worlds. And so we might be feeling them more. And on top of that, we are feeling all the emotions from everybody else more. So it's also a time where it's important for you to have time for you, to meditate, to sink down, to make sure that you give into you first, okay? And pull back those tentacles. Don't, because as I said in the beginning, where you focus, that's where your energy goes. It's like you're throwing out this fish, you know, you have a fishing pole and the thread, you're throwing it out in the hook. You're throwing it out there because that's the focus, and then it gets hooked on there, and that's when you're pulling it back. So you're pulling that energy back into you. So you have to mind what you focus on, okay? Do you want to focus on all the bad news that's on the news? Or do you want to focus on the happy stuff that's going on in your life? The good stuff that's going on in your life? So be mindful of where you focus, is what I would say as well. Let me just double check if there's anything else they would like me to convey while we're on camera here. Yeah, support. Okay. So they're giving me the image of angels or light beings sitting next to us, kind of almost pushing us up, holding us up. So there's a lot of support around us right now. And ask for support and invite the support in, okay? So that's something they're showing me. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, they're showing me also the Schumann has been going up and down a lot lately, and it's going to continue. There might also be sunstorms. There's a lot of energy, a lot of high potent energy that we are currently being experiencing, and yeah. You might feel dizzy. You might feel nauseous. You might feel heavy. But that's just the energies coming in, okay? So then just allow it. So set aside the time to integrate those energies coming in. Be gentle with yourself, you know. But don't be afraid, because it's just energies that's trying to integrate and upgrade you. So just allow it. Allow it to happen, okay? Okay. Okay. They said, remember the love. So remember the love. Okay, so love frequency, of course, but remember the love. Ah, okay. Yeah. Okay, so this might be a message for somebody specific, I don't know, but remember the love, as in the love you share with a person in life will never disappear because it happened, because the energy was there. So that energy is something you can tap into whenever. So when you lose someone, either a relationship or a marriage that breaks up, or maybe somebody passes over, the love that you shared will always energetically be there because it happened, because it was an energy that was created between the two of you. So whenever you need that love, you can just tap into it. You meditate and you send your focus to the energy field between the two of you at the time where you loved each other, and then you will feel that energy come towards you. It's that simple. So remember the love. And also remember it when it comes to a breakup. Remember that you used to love each other. Remember that even though you might not love each other now, the love has been there. There was love at one point. So I feel like that was a message for somebody as well. Remember the love, okay? And also in general, to remember to stay in the love frequency and to look upon everybody else and yourself with the eyes of love, with the eyes of spirit, which is pure essence of love, right? Was that it, spirit? Yeah. Okay. Anything else? No, I think that was it. I think that was the main messages so far for August. So I will be back in the middle of August at least, maybe other videos as well, if I hear something that is that they want me to convey, that they feel is necessary for me to convey. And if not, then at least I will be back in the middle of August or right before the middle of August with middle of August kind of update to see how things are going. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them below and I will answer. If you need to send me a personal message, and hop on over to Instagram to Pure Light Awakening there, and then you can send me a request or a personal message there. Okay. So that was this for August. I wish you a pleasant month, and thank you so much for being part of this video today. Wish you the very best. Till the next time I see you.